The spoiled kid noticed it and pointed at me. "This doll is funny. I like it. Buy this one." What? Was he kidding? The kid's mom tried to explain to him that I was a real person and not a toy, but Hugh suddenly started to roll around the floor, crying and banging his fists. "Buy it! Buy it! Buy it!" Geez, he was loud. The rich lady must have grown tired of his temper tantrum too. Her name was Mrs. Goldie. She nervously came up to us and offered us a deal. The woman wanted me to babysit her son and live with them dressed like Barbie for a while. She offered me very good money for it. Please say yes. Hugh was driving me crazy. I was over the moon. Hanging out in a mansion dressed like a doll was hardly a hardship. I could even buy a car with the money I earned. Mom hesitated at first, but I managed to talk her into it. "Mom, I'll give you part of the money to promote the store." That convinced her. Mom gave me her permission, and the next day, I moved into the mansion. OMG! I didn't know where to look. They had a swimming pool with water slides, a home cinema, and a popcorn machine there. My inner child was squealing. However, Mrs. Goldie was not at home. A maid met me and said that she was rarely around. Then she led me to Hugh's room and warned me that the child was a handful. He is spoiled, arrogant, and can't do anything by himself. I don't envy you. I didn't doubt I could handle a toddler, so I waved her words away and confidently stepped into his room. Hugh jumped for joy when he saw me. "Yes, my doll is here! Let's have fun! Call me Jill. Don't tell me what to do! I'm in charge here!" Okay, boss. I decided to play along. First, he wanted to play the beauty salon. I sat in front of the mirror and watched Hugh ruin my hair. My eyes started twitching. This hairstyle is all the rage now. It's the hornet's nest. How beautiful. Then he made me walk the podium, but I had to move like a doll. "No, that's terrible! Start over!" Being Hugh's babysitter turned out to be harder than I expected. He wouldn't leave me alone the whole day. The maid had been right. He was a little monster. At dinner, he threw his salad at the wall and demanded we bring him sweets. I was starving, but Hugh wouldn't let me touch the food. "You're a doll! Toys don't eat, silly!" I was running out of patience. When he demanded I sit by his bedside all night and not turn off the light, it was the last straw for me. "If you leave, I'll be mad." "Okay, I'll stay." I wasn't going to obey that spoiled brat. As soon as he fell asleep, I turned off the light and trudged to my room, exhausted. In the corridor, I ran into that maid and other staff. They said they were fed up with Hugh. "You're doing well though, Jill." Thanks. I fell on the bed and was about to fall asleep when I heard the boy start crying in his room. I immediately ran there. "What happened?" "You left me! I was so scared!" That's when I realized Hugh was afraid of the dark and no one was there to calm him down. After all, his mom was never around and the staff disliked him. For some reason, I felt very sorry for Hugh. I hugged him and promised that I would always be there for him. Promise? I swear on, peanut butter. That was the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Hugh and I had a lot of fun together. For example, we rode scooters through the mansion, knocking the staff off their feet. "Watch out! What are you doing? You'll ruin the carpet. It costs a fortune." "Jill, I'm hungry. Let's go to the kitchen." "Race you there." We scared the cook and he dropped a pot of food. Laughing, we took some ice cream and kept having fun. Hugh and I played bowling using expensive Chinese vases instead of pins. We also shot at the laundry with paintball guns. It drove the staff up the wall. When Mrs. Goldie finally came home, they complained to her. However, the woman only waved them off warily. "As long as Hugh's happy and doesn't bother me at work, they can trash the whole mansion for all I care." "You are testing our patience. We're going to quit if this keeps up." "Dear, stop getting on my nerves. That's not what I pay you for." Soon, Mrs. Goldie left again. By that point, the staff was furious with Hugh and me. We weren't worried and kept having fun. I slept in a sleeping bag in Hugh's room so that he would not be afraid of the dark. Trust me, Hugh, the monsters aren't real. "Jill, no one has ever taken care of me like you. I love you like an older sister. And I love you like a little brother." One day, I went home to see my mom. Her business was flourishing thanks to the money I earned, and I was very proud of myself. "Sweetie, I can't buy you a car yet, but don't you think it's time for you to come home? You should go back to school and think about your future." I told her I would babysit Hugh a bit more to earn enough money for the car and headed back to the mansion. As I was walking through the park, I saw Fred. Of course, that nerd was reading a textbook. "Jill Collins, where the hell have you been? Am I supposed to do everything by myself?" "Oh, Fred, how are you?" "Don't answer. I don't care. See ya." He caught up to me and started to lecture me. "Leave me alone. Why would I study when I'm already making good money?" "I can't stop you, Jill, but you'll never grow up if you keep this up. See you." He left, disappointed. For some reason, his words made me feel terrible. My mood was ruined. When I came to the mansion, I was surprised to all the staff leaving with suitcases. It turned out that they were so fed up with our antics, they all quit. Wait, who's gonna cook and clean for us? Not our problem anymore. Feeling quite lost, I called Mrs. Goldie and told her everything. The woman was in another country and calmly asked me to take care of her son in the mansion until she hired new staff. "Okay, I've got this." I got down to business, but soon realized I didn't know how to do anything. For instance, I almost destroyed the kitchen when I tried to make lunch. Instead of spaghetti with cheese, I got a fragrant pile of embers. While Hugh ran out of clean clothes, I went down to the laundry room and tried to start the washing machine. Except, I didn't know how to do that or how much detergent to use. In the end, I used the whole package. As you might have guessed, we had a foam party that evening. I soon realized that Mom and Fred were right. I was just as helpless as Hugh. I needed to grow up and become more responsible. So, when Mrs. Goldie came home, I told her I couldn't babysit her son anymore. She was upset, but didn't try to stop me. The hardest part was saying goodbye to Hugh. You swore on peanut butter you'd always be there for me. I'm sorry, kiddo, but I need to take care of some stuff. We can still play together sometime. He hugged me and then let me go. I moved back home. At school, I apologized to Fred for being childish. He forgave me surprisingly easily and even offered to tutor me. I don't know what changed, but I like the new you. Me too. Soon, I got my grades up. Mom was ecstatic. Everything was going great until Hugh suddenly came over. He looked absolutely miserable. What are you doing here? I miss you. Mom doesn't care about me. I want to live with you. I froze in shock. He walked in and smugly put a pile of jewelry on the table. I stole this from my mom so we won't have to worry about money. That was going too far. I told him he had to go back home and called Mrs. Goldie. Hi, this is Jill. I have your son and jewelry. Before I could say anything else, Hugh knocked the phone out of my hands. It fell behind the sofa and turned off. Hugh ran away and hid. This isn't funny anymore, Hugh. Come out. We need to go to your mom. Eventually, I found him under my bed. I firmly grabbed him by the arm and dragged him outside. Imagine my surprise when the police surrounded us. Jill Collins, you're coming to the station with us. I had no words. They accused me of stealing Mrs. Goldie's jewelry and luring Hugh to my place. The woman had apparently thought I was blackmailing her and reported me to the police. Wow, that was the worst day ever. I was detained and Hugh was taken home. Soon, Mrs. Goldie came to the station and asked the officers to let us talk in private. I tried to explain that I hadn't stolen anything from her and it was all a big misunderstanding. Her reaction surprised me. I know, Jill. I've already checked the surveillance footage and seen that Hugh was the one who took the jewelry. Then, she admitted that she didn't know how to handle her son and offered me a deal. How about this, Jill? You'll come back and keep babysitting Hugh. In return, I'll get you out of here and won't destroy your mom's business. The nerve of her! How dare she! Unfortunately, I had no choice but to agree. As promised, Mrs. Goldie did not press charges. The cops let me go. I told my mom about everything that happened and moved back to the mansion. Don't worry, Mom. I'll deal with it. I'm not a helpless kid anymore. For a while, I lived with the Goldies and looked after Hugh. The boy was happy and didn't understand why I wasn't. Things couldn't go on like that. I came up with a brilliant plan and asked Fred and Mom for help. Once they agreed, I went for a walk in the park with Hugh. My mom and friend were already there. Fred pretended to be a helpless kid who could neither tie his shoelaces nor pull up his pants without his mom's help. Buy me ice cream! You're already a big boy and can do it yourself. I can't! I'm too afraid to sleep without a nightlight, let alone this. I pointed at Fred. Look, Hugh, this is your future. You are going to become just like him if you don't try to be more independent. He's almost a grown-up, but he can't do anything by himself. Hugh didn't say anything, but I could see that my words left an impression. We came back to the mansion, and a miracle happened. Hugh stopped acting up and demanding sweets instead of healthy food. He cleaned his room and brushed his teeth before going to bed without being reminded. His mother was astonished and asked me what happened to him. I don't want to be treated like a little kid. I'm going to be a real man. Thanks to Jill, I'm not afraid of the dark anymore. He went to bed and his mother came up to me. I don't know how to thank you. Hugh has changed so much thanks to you. You don't need to thank me. Just spend more time with your son. He needs you, not more toys. Mrs. Goldie apologized for forcing me to work for them again. She paid me and let me leave. I came home feeling quite proud of myself. After all, I dealt with my problems without any help. Fred and I got high marks for our project. Now, I help my mom in the store after school and have fun on the weekends. Hugh is doing great as well. Even though I've matured a bit, I realize that I'm not ready to drive a car yet. Cycling to school with Fred is much more fun anyway. Jill Collins, what's taking you so long? Just a minute! My classmate is waiting for me. Hit that like button and see you in the new stories!